Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as you can tell by my cheesy grin and by the title and how just general gist of the Premier League just flows from ear to ear, you always hear about it every single day, every minute. It's like a drug. Southampton have beaten Wolves at St Mary's Stadium 3-1, and that is special for Southampton. And for any Saints fan out there, I love you, and please, please nothing happen now. With this 3 points, we've gone up to 16th. Brighton been pushed down below us again, and Cardiff lost as well. So they're down in 18th with 28 points, and we are 8 points ahead, which is insane. And I can't remember seeing a Premier League team gain 8 points at the end, right at the end of the season, to save themselves. But what a horrific game! What a horrific game to watch! What a horrific game to be a fan of either team. I feel like if you're a fan of Wolves, you would have been more encouraged by the performance than a Saints fan. But looking at the stats and stuff, like possession-wise, we had 31%, they had 69%. That's a 70-30 split is ridiculous for a team to go and win 3-1. They had 15 shots, we had 13. But their shots on target just tell the whole story, really. They only had 2 on target, and they had loads of corners, we had loads of fouls, and it just became a bit of a tedious game. But right from the off, we looked fantastic. I mean, I say we looked fantastic. We scored inside 2 minutes, and that's pretty special. Josh Sims playing a lovely ball into Redmond, and yeah, it's an easy finish at the end of the day, but he has to beat the defender. For a small guy, that's quite difficult. And he managed to get it in at the near post. Brilliant. I'm loving Redmond coming back into form, and loving seeing Sims start a game as well. But after that, we just disappeared, and for pretty much half an hour, Wolves ran rampant around us. That's a lot of and in 28 minutes they scored. They get a corner, and it's an easy header. It's an easy header in terms of we didn't challenge defensively. It was a good header by Bowley right into the top corner, and I'm kind of jealous that they have a corner aerial threat. More on corner threats later on. But it just kind of, we expected it, and Saints have thrown away so many points from winning positions this season that, yeah, you can kind of get the gist. And to be honest, I'm kind of impressed we held on to our 1-0 lead for 25 minutes. But suddenly, then, Redmond scores again. And this goal I absolutely loved, because Danny Ings and Josh Sims playing really well. Sims managed to wriggle round some defenders, plays it into Ings, who does, it was just such a lovely disguised pass. But if you're a Wolves fan, I'm really sorry. I don't know I can't remember which defender it was, but I can't believe how out of position he was compared to the rest of the defenders' defensive line. It was really stupid. So Redmond being onside, chipping it over the keeper. I thought he'd bottled the shot. I was thinking, why don't you just put some power in it and hit it low? But he managed to chip it over Patricio with a little bit of help from his arm, and that's 2-1. And against the run of play, let's be honest, Saints really didn't do anything apart from score 2 goals in the first half. Referee looked a bit cagey. Not cagey, he just looked a bit off. Not in terms of decisions. The linesman's played really well all game, actually. But he just seemed to be a bit trigger happy with yellow cards, dishing them out. Not to Saints players, I mean. He gave one to Bertrand, which was kind of a soft elbow to, like, raised arm in an aerial challenge. I think that's really soft for a yellow card. But the main one was actually on a Wolves striker. I think it was... Actually, I can't tell you who I think it was, because I have no idea who was up front. Jimenez, and it was just really weird, because Højbjerg kind of just rolled off of his back, and I don't get how that gets to be a yellow card. So I kind of feel bad for Wolves on that front. The referee seemed a bit trigger happy to both teams. I mean, there weren't many yellow cards, but all of them were kind of soft, apart from Moutinho's. So I'm kind of annoyed about the ref, but I mean, I can't complain. We won 3-1. But yeah, we were in a very precarious position before the game, and at half-time it definitely didn't look secure. So I don't know what we expected, but we needed to do something in the second half to secure the points, and we didn't do it. Like I say, the possession at the end of the game was 70-30, and for the first 25 minutes of the second half, that's how it stayed. It just stayed all Wolves. We didn't do anything. We did some decent defending, but made a lot of mistakes that they really should have capitalised on. Some like Yoshida, who had a decent game, especially towards the end, but He made some like horrific lapse in judgment where everyone's shouting at him to leave the ball for Gunn to come and collect, but he heads it just straight up into the air. I think it was Jimenez just tries to volley it and just hit it towards the corner flag. It's very big let off for us, but it was just all Wolves. And then suddenly we start looking dangerous, and it comes from a very unlikely source, as I was saying earlier, a corner. Like, Saints and corners do not mix. I can't remember the last time that we've scored a goal straight from a corner. I mean, we didn't score a goal straight from a corner today, but suddenly, after having like no corners to their 8 during the match, we suddenly get a spell of a couple, and all of them we looked very dangerous from. I just don't know how that works. Ward-Prowse was whipping them in. I don't think he had a decent game today. He was playing in the centre of the park, and I think he's much more effective on the right. When he ended up moving out into the right, that's kind of when our corners started happening, and he just looked a lot better. And I think bringing Romeo into the team and pushing Ward-Prowse out to the right suits our style a bit more, because Romeo can just solidify things while Ward-Prowse has a bit of room to run around rather than relying on him to stick in position, because that just doesn't work with Ward-Prowse. But anyway, yeah, he's whipping in corners, and they're looking fantastic. And we've had loads of little scrambles in and around the box. Wolves can't clear the ball. Shane Long, I don't know where from, pops up on the back of an overhead kick by Yoshida, which gets blocked. But then, honestly, Yoshida, I say he didn't have an amazing game defensively, but the ability to come off the back of an overhead kick and be on the ground but still assist Shane Long is insane. And it's not the prettiest of goals by any standard, but I think Yoshida did fantastically there. Again, by Wolves, a bit of dodgy defending. Traore's playing Long on side, and he's so different to their defensive line. We got lucky quite a few times in this game in terms of defensive errors. I mean, not that we didn't do any defensive errors either, but luckily they didn't really come into fruition for us. Come into fruition for Wolves. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just so excited that we got 3 points. Shane Long, easy finish into the bottom, and we still had more chances from corners to make it 4. There was a chance where Vestergaard ended up dribbling through like 3 defenders and round the keeper trying to play it in. And if he had hit the ball, honestly, if he'd used his right foot, he hit it with his right twice, then his left. And it brought it away from goal. If he'd just kept it on his right, he could have got a shot away. I've really looked into this, watching all the replays, but I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But it was good. But there was an amazing save in there, and I can't remember if it was before our goal or after it. But Patricio's literally, I pulled out something special from like 2 yards in front of him, and he's managed to get low and push the ball away, and a really good save. And I really like Patricio. It's kind of bad to see him concede realistically from goals that are all against a run of play. And I like Wolves as well, so I just you can't feel bad when you're in a relegation battle, really. Wolves are in 8th, and we were in 17th, so like can't be too picky with those results. Sims, right, so that was the end of the game, really. They just started piling on the pressure. We brought on Stevens at the back because Valerie ran his socks off. Not really. He just got a bit tired. And Stevens looked really good when he came on, actually. I thought he was a good replacement. We didn't really have a right-sided defender, and he's definitely the most experienced in that position when we're in emergency situations. So he came on, he didn't give away any silly fouls, and he just looked really good. Did some amazing hold-up play in their half, right into the corner, dribbled it round like 4 people. It was quite nice to watch, really. But I'll go through the team sheet and just give my opinion. Gunn realistically didn't have much to do. He only had 2 shots on target, but he held the ball well, did some like good catching of crosses and just calmed the play down. Bednarek, like I can't fault him. There were some instances where I felt like our defensive positional play wasn't very good, but there were some where Bednarek stepped out of line really riskily, but managed to pull off like some interceptions on cut back balls into the box, and he did a fantastic job. Yoshida, dodgy game, made up for it in the last 15 minutes. Same with Vestergaard. He gave the ball away a few times for them to attack onto, but attacking situations, he seemed to be a bit stronger this time. I just want him to get a really powerful header on it and actually score for us. Valerie didn't really get into the game. I was surprised that they were playing on our left-hand side so much. I thought that they'd have picked out Valery as a defensive weak point because he's much better at attacking and just kind of being someone to play off of rather than being a defensive strong point. When Stevens came on for him, Stevens looked great. Ward-Prowse, like I say, dodgy game in the middle, but once he came out onto the right-hand side, looked so much better. Højbjerg made a couple of mistakes very early on, and I was a bit concerned. And he got kind of lucky with some other challenges, really. But towards the end of the game, he just has so much stamina, and he could just keep running and making some interceptions, setting up our breaks, and he looked great. Sims went off in like the 61st minute in that double substitution, so it's nice to see him starting a game. I feel like he might be more influential as an impact substitution at the moment rather than as a starting man. When Romeo came on for him, we looked a lot more stable, but I think he did well. He had a few golden opportunities in the first half where he really should have scored, and Ollie and I got so angry with him. Like there were a couple of opportunities he was straight through on goal, or he could have played in Danny Ings and he just made the wrong decision, but he did get an assist and he did play really well for the second goal, so I'm proud of him. Romeo came on, he was instantly more solid and just put in some hefty challenges, brilliant. Redmond got 2 goals, like what more can I say, he's done really well today. And Ings was quiet, he managed to play, Højbjerg played in Sims for the first goal and Ings got the assist for the second, and Ings' assist was beautiful, so props to him. Shane Long came on, ran his socks off, looked fantastic, scored a goal. You don't say that. He scored 2 goals in 2 games, and I'm proud of him for actually getting it. Obviously, it was an easy finish at the end of the day, and it wasn't pretty, but he's done it, and he deserved it really because of the impact he had and just being a ball to actually play the ball forward to, which isn't a role he normally takes up, but he did really well. But we've won 3-1 against one of the best sides arguably in the Premier League, like one of the best not top 6 sides in the Premier League this season, so I'm very proud of our men. We've done well and hopefully we can go again. What are our fixtures soon? I would like to know what points we can kind of expect. I think I said last week that I'm hoping that we can get 4 points from our final games at least, and we've got 3 of them. So we're playing against Newcastle, who next week at Newcastle. I'm kind of worried about that. I think that Newcastle are in a good form at the moment. Watford, again, a difficult team to play against. Bournemouth, I can see us winning, although they did win, 5-0 today. And West Ham, I'd like to see us beat West Ham in London because of how they kind of tore us apart at the end of the game in the reverse fixture earlier in the season. But you know what? Then it's just Huddersfield, and that's a game that realistically we should win. Obviously, they have nothing to lose at this point, but I think we can do that relatively easily against Huddersfield, especially at home. What a game to end the season on. But I'm happy. We've got 3 points. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game. I'm sorry that these videos are so rambly, but I just never know quite what to say and how to feel. I'm just happy in this situation. Leave a like if you enjoyed my opinions of the game, and subscribe if you want to see more of them. I do it every single week, so there's 5 games left. So you'll see 5 more videos from me, and then I might divulge into other games and other sports and other stuff. Come summer I'll have graduated. I kind of want to start making more videos on more subjects, maybe even doing some games and stuff. I don't know. I'm easy because I'll need to be looking for a job, and I need something to keep me company whilst I'm looking for a job, and I feel like sitting around doing nothing is not that. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, and here's to next game against Newcastle. Until then, stay safe, enjoy, and let me know what you thought of the game. Till then, bye-bye.